Well, turning to Afghanistan, the weekend election there is widely viewed as a success as far as turnout and security are concerned. But with NATO forces winding down a 13-year presence, the country's new leader will face a range of pressing challenges, including how to deal with the Taliban. CCTV Sean Callebs is live for us in Kabul with more. Sean.
Mike, you are exactly right. This is a country that is weary of bloodshed, but efforts to bring the Taliban to the negotiating table have really gone nowhere. Still, the Afghan government is not giving up. Hamid Karzai's terms are coming to an end, so it is going to be up to a new leader to find a way down this path of peace.
Peaceful elections set off a wave of euphoria throughout Afghanistan. The country accomplished something many outside this impoverished nation thought impossible. But the next leader of this country must decide if and how Afghan Taliban should be brought into the Afghan government, part of a plan called reconciliation.
People are calling all over, from outside.
Fazl K. Fazl runs a TV station that broadcasts in Pashtun, in the heart of Taliban country. A tribal leader from the city of Jalalabad and a member of the country's High Peace Council.
We have proved for many, many years that Afghan people, once they sit together and among themselves, I'm sure they find a way for themselves to reconcile.
It has been a fitful series of stop-and-go efforts to negotiate with the Taliban. But the Afghan government remains hopeful.
For those Taliban who are Afghans and they are not somehow controlled by foreign elements or those intelligence circle elements, of course there should be a way for them to leave violence and they can come and be a part of the process.
Critics say the danger of working with the Taliban remains the same. How can this country be sure that they will actually put down their weapons and work toward democracy?
Less than a week before the vote for the first peaceful democratic handover in Afghanistan, the Taliban claimed responsibility for an all-out assault on the entity overseeing the nation's elections, the Independent Election Commission. President Karzai's spokeswoman, Adil Raz, says there is the academic way to look at reconciliation, and there is real life in a post-conflict nation.
The solution is not to fight. The solution is not more bloodshed. The solution is to negotiate, to talk, to speak, and to bring peace.
As Karzai prepares to leave office, he isn't getting the legacy he wants. His office is calling on Afghan Taliban to come forward to initiate talks. It would be a chance to break from a violent past and ease into positions in the new parliament building and potentially hold ministry offices. Fazl wishes Afghanistan could rewrite history and would have involved more moderate Taliban elements in discussions to rewrite the constitution more than a decade ago.
The Taliban should have been a part of this government.
Still, after a generation of fighting, no one is using the words peace and Taliban in the same sentence.
And there are so many problems with this, not the least of which the Taliban opened an office in Qatar last June that called itself the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan. And rather sounding like an entity that wanted to negotiate, it smacked of a government in exile, and no one wanted anything here to do with that. Mike?
Sean, we heard from Fazl and the other voices in your story. They all seem rather optimistic to me. Are they in the minority, or would you say that's the majority view there in Kabul that you're hearing?
I don't know if they sound optimistic as much as resigned to the fact that it appears that they're going to have to sit down with the Afghan Taliban. And remember, they carved this out as members of the Taliban who are not violent, who are willing to put down their guns, and they really believe that is a significant step toward finding peace. And they haven't ruled out supporting Taliban members for seats in parliament or even seats on a ministry. So there is a lot of hope here that could move in that way, but there are just so many hurdles and so far to go. And there's also so many violent factions of the Taliban, the regular Taliban in the south, the Haqqani network in the east, and a spinoff from a warlord named Gulbuddin Hekmatyar up in the northeast. It's a tough road to hoe.
Yeah, it doesn't sound easy. Sean Callebs live for us in Kabul. Thanks so much.